Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In here I will discuss about 5 hypotheses with my partner. Okay, let me introduce myself first. My name is Widya Damayanti. I'm from TBI 3 and my ID number is T2090 6112. And my partner is
And me, Devi Elvira Indriani, my ID number is T2019-6114. Okay, let's start the video.
Hi Vira, this is Maya. How are you?
Hi Maya, I'm fine. How about you?
I'm fine too. I calling you to ask about something.
What is it?
Okay, I will ask and explain about first hypothesis. Do you know what is it?
No, I don't. Can you please explain it to me?
Yes, you correct. Number one hypothesis is the acquisition learning. Distinction is the most fundamental theory and the most widely known among linguistic and language teachers. Two independence of foreign language performance, the acquired system and the learned system. The acquired system or acquisition is the product of a subconscious process very similar to the process children undergo when they acquire their first language. The learned system or learning is the product of formal instruction and it comprises a conscious process which results in conscious knowledge about the language, for example, knowledge or grammar rules.
Okay, then I now understand. Do you know the second hypothesis is?
No, I don't. Can you explain to me?
Sure, I will explain about the natural order hypothesis. The natural order hypothesis is based on research findings which suggested that the acquisition of grammatical structure follows a natural order which is predictable. This order seemed to be independent of the learner's age, language 1, background, conditions of exposure, and although the agreement between individuals acquirers was not always 100% in the studies. There were statistically significant similarities that reinforced the existence of a natural order of language acquisition. Natural order hypothesis is not that language program syllabus should be based on the order found in the studies. Well, what about the third hypothesis? Can you help me to explain it? I'm a little bit confused about that.
Of course. The third hypothesis is the monitor hypothesis. The monitor hypothesis explains the relationship between acquisition and learning and define the influence of the latter on the former. The monitoring function is the practical result of the learned grammar. The acquisition system is the utterance initiator, while the learning system performs the role of the monitor or the editor. The monitor acts in a planning, editing, and correcting function when three specific conditions are met. First is the second language learner has sufficient time at their disposal. Number two is they focus on form or think about correctness. And three, they know the role, and it appears that the role of conscious learning is somewhat limited in second language performance. According to Christian, the role of the monitors is minor, being used only to correct deviation from normal speech and to give speech a more polished appearance.
Okay, I got it.
How about the fourth sphere?
The fourth is the input hypothesis. The input hypothesis explains how the learner acquires a second language, how second language acquisition takes place. The input hypothesis is only concerned with acquisition, not learning. According to this hypothesis, the learner improves and progresses along the natural order when he or she receives second language input that is one step beyond his or her current stage of linguistic competence. For example, if learner is at stage 1, then acquisition takes place when he or she is exposed to comprehensible input that belongs to level 1 plus 1. And I'm a little bit confused about the last one. Do you know about that?
Yes, I little bit understand about that. And the fifth hypothesis or the last hypothesis is the affective filters hypothesis. A number of affective variables play a facilitative but non-causal role in second language acquisition. These variables include motivation, self-confidence, anxiety, and personality traits. Learners with high motivation, self-confidence, a good self-image, a low level of anxiety, and extroversion are better equipped for success in second language acquisition. Low motivation, low self-esteem, anxiety, introversion, and inhibition can raise the affective filter and form a mental block that prevents comprehensible input from being used for acquisition. In other words, when the filter is up, it impedes language acquisition. On the other hand, positive effect is necessary but not sufficient on its own for acquisition to take place.
Okay, I'm happy to be able to discuss about the 5 hypotheses with you. Thank you and see you later.